Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's second down.
And, Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach in his weekly presser, because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, everybody's a threat, any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. You definitely don't say it to the media.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Finding room to the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins.
Busts through the tackle, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Dobbins. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Dobbins once more, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. Edwards will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Browns drive about to get started. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf. And Andrews lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the Ravens pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Queen. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On third down, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Lambeau is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now Jackson locates Hardman for another catch. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They go play action. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Second and 10. We're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3?
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And again, it's Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Lambeau can't hook this one back in. It's no good. Wide to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anyway.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They go play action now. Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Sione Takitaki in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Play action. Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. He's going deep for Brown. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete.
He went with the dive look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They go play action with Jackson. Forced out to his left.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. His throw incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
Here's Jackson to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Flush to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Out, yeah,
I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Browns drive about to get started.
The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Mayfield to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. Rope hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window, and a chance to win the game as well.
Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that.
I mean, they go over this starting in OTAs and mini camps. You go through these situations, and that's the way a lot of teams like to end practice. Finish it off with this type of a drive, kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone feels good and heads to the locker room. In this case, though, they're not going to feel so great about it.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And just a yard to go here on second down. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's Baker. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll go again with Dobbins. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Tucker's kick is good. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Mayfield eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Now they burn the timeout, and they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I think the call to come with the blitz there in this situation.
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Ravens, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.